Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. Apologize for the delay. There is some traffic on my way here. Okay, so we would like the meeting to now begin. Abby, can you call roll call, please?
President Angel Ann Flores,
Board President Flores present.
Vice President Kanita Stevens,
Present.
Clerk Sophia Colon,
Present.
Trustee Donald Danair,
Present.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
Present.
Trustee Alicia Rigo,
Present.
Trustee Raymond Zulueta.
Present.
Thank you.
And then on 1.3, can we have a pledge of allegiance by Ms. Christina Alejo?
Please rise. Ready, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then we are on 1.4, oral suggestions and comments from the community regarding agenda items. Abby, do we have any comment cards?
Good morning, trustees. Yes, we do. We have two comment cards. Both cards are regarding item 2.2. First card is from Dr. Jack Lipton.
Good morning, trustees. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you this morning. As you noticed, I was sitting in the audience today and I filled out a speaker card. So I want to make it clear that I'm here speaking on behalf of myself and my law firm. As you know, today the board is considering terminating my law firm's contract. I only found out about this when I saw that item posted on the agenda yesterday. You should know that a client can fire their attorney at any time, and I respect the board's right to do so, but I hope that the board does not vote to terminate my firm's contract. It's really been an honor and pleasure to work with the district, the board, the administrators, and the staff these past several years, and I believe that I've provided the superintendent and the board with effective representation and sound legal advice, even when we've dealt with difficult issues. And those that work with me know that I'm always available to answer questions and concerns, even after hours and on weekends. You should know that my law firm includes not just me, but John Ye, who handles the district's charter school issues, Kate M., who works on all the special education cases and assists me in personnel issues. And she recently did a training this week to the special education staff. But I'd like to address the three new trustees in particular, and I ask you specifically to consider postponing this decision to allow you time to work with me. So we really haven't worked together except for that one board meeting, and to allow you to form your own independent opinion about my legal services, such like the legal advice that I provide to the board in closed session under conferences with legal counsel. I've always strived to act professionally and respectfully in the district's best interest at the direction of the superintendent and the majority of the board. It'll take 4 affirmative votes to terminate my firm's contract. So if you'd like more time or you're unsure, you can vote no or abstain from the vote. One other point, and I'm saying I'm running out of time. My firm and I currently are handling 30 to 40 pending cases and matters for the district, including special education cases. So abrupt termination of my firm's contract will put the district at legal risk. Time will be needed for the board to consider and select a new law firm to get a new attorney up to speed on pending cases and to substitute on various cases. Otherwise, there's a possibility of defaults against the district. But if after some time working with me, you decide that you're dissatisfied with my legal services, you certainly can make an independent judgment to terminate my services, and you can then make specific arrangements for a smooth transition to another law firm, and I'll be available to answer trustee questions. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Next comment card is from Mr. Harpreet Chima.
You gotta push the button.
There you go. So our team went through the warrant reports going back to October 2021, and by our calculations, BWS Burke Williams Sorensen was paid over $1 million, $1,190,000, 302.42 to be exact. That doesn't include any costs for December 2022. And on some months, the firm was sent multiple checks. On other months, it was sent no checks. So it's not entirely clear if everything was documented or if payments were just being made late and being carried over to the next month. But that's about 3,500 hours total over the course of the 14 months, or about 60 hours a week on average. And like Mr. Lipton was saying, they do provide a lot of legal services, but that is a lot of time spent providing legal services when they're advising the board directly, when you guys don't work full-time or meet weekly. And so that's a lot of cost to the district. And lastly, the agreement just says if you do decide to terminate, that the district has 45 days to retrieve all files from the firm. And hopefully this goes without saying, but I hope the board does do that. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. Trustees, this concludes comments on item 1.4. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item 2.1, and on this item, I'd like to make a motion to only change the original nomination from my name to Donald Daenerys' name. And we will leave Cecilia Mendez as the current CSB delegate to finish out her one-year term. So I'd like to make the motion to approve only Donald Daenerys' change to the CSB delegate. Can I get a second?
I will do second, Madam President.
Can we do an all one vote, or does it have to be a roll call? We could do it all. Those all in favor that say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Unanimous. Moving on to item 2.2, to approve the termination of legal services agreement with Burke Williams and Sorensen LLP for Stockton Unified School District. I motion to go ahead and approve the termination.
Second, Stevens.
Say it again.
Second, Stevens.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, I would like to have a few minutes of discussion.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President. This law firm came also be with good reputation with CSBA. It was recommended by CSBA. The problem with this district is not the law firm. It's the board doing things, and sometimes, the grand jury got us in it. And we had to take responsibility of this. And I know, Mr. Lipton, we've been left and right, having confrontations in here in the board, more training, anything that we need to do, it's been given to us, but it has been turmoil. And we don't control staff. We don't know what staff does. All we have is CSBA teach us and do the things right is to only work with our superintendente. The superintendente had to work with the staff, and they had to keep this ship moving. And this is a situation that has been going on, not just from now. We're talking about past practices also. And when it's a new board and a new people, you can't change things out of the blue right now. But the situation is, I am so concerned that people don't even want to come and work here anymore. 67 letters of recommendation that I had to do is very sad. But I give it to them, and many people is going to leave. But the problem is, it's not the law firms. It is then we need to let staff to do their job, because we're not attorneys, we're not accountants, we're not CBOs. We're just trying our best. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be talking about this, because all of us, we need to take responsibility. We got to get this ship moving, and we need to make sure that all these cases and they're behind with this law firm, they need to be taken care or we're gonna be paying double, back and forth, giving information. So I would like very much, to do a transition, then it will be the right thing. Or my colleagues, my new colleagues, to understand that it's not the law firms, colleagues. It is the toxic thing in here. And not so toxic because all of us were very passionate in many things that we do. But we gotta get the things going. We cannot be blocking people. We cannot be getting into people's business and here in the offices. It is hard, but I learned the hard way, I learned the hard way, but it is what it is and we have to respect. And I'm so tired on being subpoena left and right for things that don't make any sense and nothing is going on, to be honest. It's just smoke and mirrors. It is very sad, but this entity, Stockton Unified District, this institution deserve our respect of all of us. And we need to respect every union, everybody, but everybody who work here also, staff. And staff sometimes are not happy, and I understand. They feel overworked, they wanna quit. I have sat down with so many people that I can only do so much. So now that I have more people coming in, I hope then they will sit down with these people, listen to them, but also we need to do the things right. We have to follow the law and we need to do the things the best that we can. That's all I can say, Carlos. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President, for your time.
Thank you, Trustee Mendez. All right, any other further discussion?
Trustee Rico.
Go ahead.
I just want to have a question for Tracy Miller. Ms. Miller, since you became the superintendent or interim superintendent, do you have any negative to say about Mr. Lipton?
This is not her decision.
I ask this question because you're trying to terminate his contract since before you being a president.
I do apologize, Trustee Rico. I am the president now. I did put this on the agenda and it is up for vote. This was my decision. Thank you.
Oh, I know, I understand
Okay.
that. But
Any
it
other
was a good
discussion?
question for Ms. Miller, and it wasn't for you, Ms. President.
I understand, but I'm not going to allow you to put her in the middle of a decision that I made.
Go
My
ahead.
job is to protect our superintendent.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Any other further discussion? Okay, roll call vote, Abby, please.
Sorry, I have a.
Oh,
a
sorry.
last minute.
Go ahead.
Since new trustee board members were addressed, I feel I should make a comment. I may be a new trustee, but I've been following along board meetings for many years. I've been a parent here at SUSD for many years, and even as a high school student, I attended board meetings. So I might be a new trustee and I accept all of that new responsibility. But in the last few years, I have listened very closely to our board meetings. And so I'm aware of behaviors and of actions, and I'm confident in my vote here.
Okay, roll call vote, Abby?
President Angel Ann Flores,
Yes.
Vice President Kanita Stevens,
Yes.
Clerk Sophia Colon,
Yes.
Trustee Donald Denaire,
Yes.
Trustee Cecilia Mendez,
No.
Trustee Alicia Rico,
No, and I want for the record that Trustee Flores is doing this just because of, so no.
Trustee Raymond Zulueta.
No.
Motion passes 4-3.
Okay, board meeting adjourned. What? Board meeting adjourned at 9:19. Thank you all for coming.